Surveys of most private schools in India highlight teacher hiring and retention as a major challenge. One of the teacher training institutes that we spoke to said that just about 10% of their students actually attend B.Ed classes. How do you then know who's a good teacher? Hiring a teacher is one thing. Hiring the right teacher is another. And retaining a great teacher in your school is a whole different thing. Every year, over 3 lakh people graduate from 20,000 odd teacher training institutes across India. But are their degrees representative of the real skills that they have as a teacher? Anu Monga, principal of Bangalore International School, said in an interview that many international school management are luring their teachers using unethical ways. In such a scenario, how do you then retain your best teachers in your school? According to T4 Education, schools that prioritize 2 systems see up to 25% higher retention rate. TNTP's research shows that almost 75% of the teachers would prefer staying in that school if their concerns were addressed. So in this video, we'll discuss this very important theme. How do you hire the best talent and how do you retain great teachers in your school? We'll do this in 5 chapters, each focused on a very different aspect in this process. You can use each chapter in this video almost like a lesson plan for your school. Namaste. My name is Nikhil and this is the Staff Room, a dedicated space for teachers where we discuss diverse topics related to the teaching profession. This video is brought to you in partnership with the GRD Trust based in Coimbatore. They run multiple educational institutes such as schools, colleges, and teacher training institutes with a motto, Savidya ye vimukta hai. Knowledge is that which liberates. Before continuing, make sure that you have clicked the subscribe button for more such teacher relevant content. First chapter, hiring. Almost everybody who has hired or is hiring knows this. If somebody is great at their job, they probably already have a job. So recruiting great teachers is not just about putting out a job listing on different websites or putting out hiring posts. It is about identifying, finding, and nurturing a candidate that will thrive in your school. So first, you'll need to be a magnet for great teachers. Everybody is trying to hire a great teacher. So the best way you can get that teacher in your school is by allowing that very teacher to choose you. For them to be able to do this, they need to know about your school and the work environment that they will get. For this, you can use social media to regularly put out content on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, etc. related to your school, its work culture, staff room stories, children experience, classroom stories, and so on. When teachers see this and resonate with your work, the quality of applications improve dramatically when you put out a hiring post. You can also leverage websites like the staffroom.in. Teachers read reviews shared by other teachers on this website before they join a school. Encourage your staff to add their honest reviews about working in your school on this website, the staffroom.in, so that other teachers who are applicants to your school can look at it before they join your school. Another great way for your school to become a magnet for young teachers is for you to regularly meet and attend classes in B.Ed colleges. This helps upcoming young teachers to take note of your school, and when they enter the market, the first school that they'll think about is yours. Second, you'll need to be very clear about what the teacher's roles and responsibilities are going to be in your school. Are you looking for somebody creative? Then you cannot dictate lesson plan structures to them. Do you want somebody who's comfortable with technology? Then you'll have to be open to experimenting with their ideas regularly. Always have a clear and transparent job description for your teachers. It should reflect almost every single thing. Your leave policies, what are the administrative duties, what are the expectations, what are parent commitments, what are your values, your beliefs, your work culture, every single thing. Third comes a structured recruitment process that goes beyond just a demo class. You can involve your experienced teachers as part of this recruitment process by having them conduct a telephonic or a video interview. They could ask candidates scenario-based questions like, tell me about a time when you supported a struggling student, or how did you adapt a lesson based on student feedback, or what would you do if a child refuses to engage in a group activity. For the demo class, have 1 or 2 teachers join in and observe the class with you, and also at the end of the class, have them provide feedback to the candidate. This will not only tell you how the candidate teaches in a class, but also how open they are with respect to feedback. Lastly, in the final interview, apart from checking for skill, also check for culture fit. Will the candidate thrive in your school environment? Are their values and belief systems aligned to yours? If the answer is maybe, then it is better to say no than get them into your school and struggle later. Second chapter, onboarding. Hiring is just the beginning. What truly determines whether a teacher stays or leaves within the first year of joining your school is how great your onboarding process was. According to an analysis by T4 Education, schools that provide clear expectation and consistent communication drastically reduce teacher stress and thus improve long-term retention. So once a teacher joins your school, make sure that they go through a minimum of 15-day onboarding process. This process must be very structured, specific, and clear. For example, on day 1 of them joining, you can have them observe a classroom of another teacher from say 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. followed by them drafting a lesson plan and getting it reviewed by another teacher. You can also add them to administrative tasks like filling a TLM register or a student attendance register and getting them checked by the admin staff. The idea and the objective of such an onboarding process is for the new teacher to be able to understand the full experience of being a teacher in your school, but in a supportive and protected environment. This kind of detailed and structured onboarding process allows the teacher to feel comfortable with working in your school, knowing what to expect, and also how they are expected to grow. It also allows you to assess the quality of your hire even before they take up actual real responsibilities. As part of this onboarding process, make sure that you assign a buddy teacher. The role of this buddy teacher is to become the go-to person for that new teacher for the period of that 15 days. It can be for any kind of advice: academic, administrative, emotional, cultural, personal, professional, everything. Questions like how do we log this attendance, when can I use my phone, what are the break timings, when can I go home, might seem small to you. But when done right at the very beginning, they create a sense of belonging very early on. During the onboarding period, the leadership of the school, the principal, vice principal, and the head teacher must be involved and responsive. Schedule check-ins with a new teacher every 2 or 3 days in this period and ask simple but powerful questions. How are you feeling? Is there something that you're confused about? How can we help you do your job better? And so on. These kind of stay conversations show the new teacher that they are not expected to be just task completers, but they are part of a vibrant school community. These conversations also act as an opportunity for you to clarify your school's vision, missions, values, teacher expectations, and so on. Coming to the third chapter, coaching and mentoring. Retaining a teacher is not just about great pay. It's also about them feeling seen, heard, supported, and set up for growth. Research from TNTP and T4 Education show that the strongest predictors for teacher retention are being told how well you're doing, being asked how you're doing, and having someone to guide you. So here are 3 things that you can do to retain an already hired great teacher in your school. Number 1, assign a mentor and make it real, not a name on paper or a way for you to instruct your teacher what to do. Every teacher, old or new, should be paired with a mentor. This mentor is someone who checks in with them every week, observes their class every 15 days and gives them feedback and helps them identify both strengths and areas of development. This mentor is not just there for professional advice. They need to become the go-to person for the teacher for all things about your school. It can be culture, planning, administrative duties, everything. This mentor could be one of your star teachers or one of your senior teachers. Once a month, the principal or vice principal must have a 2-way feedback conversation with every teacher. This is a space for the principal and vice principal to share their feedback to the teacher and also for the teacher to share their assessment of the principal and vice principal or the school. The structure makes professional development supportive and proactive and non-judgmental or vague. This conversation will also help the principal and vice principal understand the quality of the mentor teacher and the work that they are able to do with teachers. Second, build systems that listen, then act on what you hear. You can start with a regular 30-second pulse check. This can be a small survey with 3 questions. How are you feeling? What's going well? And what's been hard this week? Use this data not to give motivational lectures and speeches, but to spot early signs of miscommunication, burnout, or team tensions. After you have understood the situation, act on those situations very visibly. Even small changes like changing meeting times, reducing administrative work, fixing classroom supplies, etc. will go a long way. It sends a very clear message that we listen and we care. Number 3, give teachers a clear purpose beyond just their classroom. When great teachers feel stagnant and that they are not growing, they leave. So give them ways within your school to grow. You can let experienced teachers lead planning groups, design curriculums, and so on. You can invite them to mentor new joinees. You can request them to run different training workshops, or you can also recognize wins publicly in your staff room, on your school website, on your social media, and so on. Coming to chapter 4, training and upskilling. We all know why this is needed, and hence let's dig into the specifics. Here are 4 practical ways for your school to upskill your teachers without having to spend a lot on it. Number 1, partner with external experts. You can bring in an organization, a non-profit, or an NGO to conduct training sessions for your teachers. They can deliver structured workshops on classroom management, 21st century skill, entrepreneurship skills, ICT usage, subject expertise, or even child psychology that are tailored for your school's needs. This helps build exposure for your teachers and also bring in fresh ideas into your school. Number 2, leverage internal people. Not all training needs to be outsourced like this. Your academic coordinator or a head teacher can run skill-based sessions. The principal or school leader or the administrative head can run sessions on financial management, get data gathering, and so on. Your teachers can conduct sessions on practices that have worked in their classrooms. The idea is to have a learning environment not just for your students, but also for your staff. Number 3, offer flexible online or self-paced learning. Online platforms like Diksha, Coursera, or Swayam allow for teachers to learn at their own pace. So you can either recommend specific courses or build a school-wide online learning goal, for example, 1 course per term. Number 4, create a learning scholarship policy for great teachers in your school. It works very simply. If a great teacher wants to drop out of your school to pursue higher education, then you can agree to pay a small percentage of that fee for them on the condition that after graduating, they will come back to teach in your school. This way, you get to retain the best talent in your school while incorporating their own personal growths into your systems. Finally, chapter 5. Building a great culture and supporting your teachers. We have covered this in more detail in our previous video titled Why Great School Culture Starts in Your Staff Room. From design of your staff room to everyday routines with your teachers. The video explores various simple, low-cost, effective, evidence-based strategies that you can implement in your school. The link to that video can be found in the description below. So in conclusion, hiring and retaining the best teachers in your school isn't magic. Neither is it simple. It takes intentional effort built with clarity, culture, and care. You now have 5 effective strategies that can help you execute this and retain the best teachers in your school.